This is a review, questioning mainly the AquaCure hydrogen machine. This review is read to you by Gwyneth Paltrow and Snoop Dogg.
Okay. I hope you're ready for some ghetto-ass shit. Ladies first.
Okay. To my findings, there is no other hydrogen machines out there that produce any such dark toxic liquid danger. And since you have to clean the machine regularly, you are being exposed to this dangerous lye mixture each time. Regularly then means that the potential for accidents with the lye mixture becomes even higher. It has happened to me that I accidentally spilt the lye mixture, so that I had to make a new one all over again, and I know someone to whom the very same thing happened. And where can you safely dispose of the used and hazardous lye is yet another good question. I can imagine that most AquaCure customers do not dispose of this dangerous mixture properly and safely. And I did not find any instructions on the Eagle Research website regarding the disposal of this dangerous liquid either. To my findings, there is no other hydrogen machines out there that produce any such dark toxic liquid danger, because no other hydrogen machines that I could find even use lye at all. Apparently only these welding types of machines do. And why would a hydrogen machine produce a toxic mixture in the first place when it's supposed to be for inhaling pure hydrogen bubbles and drinking the water infused by those same bubbles? Anyway, now I will let our dear friend Snoop take over the rest from here.
It's Big Snoop D-O-double-G. Okay guys, let's finish this crazy ass drama. The next hysterical part of this scandalous story here is the part about the AquaCure's filtration system. One of the filters on this machine is called the tower cap. It is the one sitting on top of the AquaCure, and in the operation manual it literally says that this tower cap doesn't actually filter anything. Yeah, I'm not joking. It says that it just allows some of the lye to separate from the Browns gas, which then to my understanding means that some lye is being passed down to the next filter. You can read the operation manual and everything on their website. You don't have to just believe what I'm saying. You can check it out for yourself. We were obviously stupid and lazy enough to not actually look into all these things real good before getting the machine. So we're just very lucky not to have used it much at all yet so that nobody got hurt. We didn't realize shit until it was brought to our attention that other people had discovered the different toxic dangers. And unfortunately for some of them, that was in the hard way. You see, for example, someone we know had that unnecessary disease called cancer, but it was at least progressing very slowly until baby started inhaling this shit. Then the cancer started spreading like wildfire. Man, this is where it starts sounding more like a kill than a cure to me. So next thing you know, I begin to wonder how many people have done this kind of stupid thing as well. How many brothers and sisters out there have been buying things like this? Buying things without looking deeper into what it really is first. How many people are just blindly trusting in companies and ending up putting both their health and our environment into this kind of killer trouble? So I'm telling you this for you to be responsible, for you to be safe. Open your eyes and educate yourself real good. Do not just go into something trusting that everyone is good or that everyone selling something even knows or really cares what the hell they are actually selling. Okay, let's continue this crazy story. So the next filter is called the humidifier. This humidifier is nothing but a cheap plastic bong if you ask me. It sure looks like a bong to anyone who knows what a bong is. And it literally works the same as a bong. It's a cheap plastic water bottle with a unique lid that basically turns it into a bong. It's a tube going into the water. And it has an output hole for the gas that is filtered by the water. Do you think filtering lye through a freaking bong is a real serious and safe filtering? I would not be willing to take that chance, especially not without any lab tests. But yeah, this is the filtration system for the AquaCure machine. Go figure. Anyway, once the gas goes through the humidifier, then it goes into the part where you have the bubbles, which is another cheap water bottle with a cheap bubble producing thing attached to the lid. It doesn't look like any high quality thing. It doesn't make small, tiny quality bubbles. Big bubbles rise to the surface very quickly. So the water is not even being saturated with the hydrogen very well. Or should I better call it Browns gas? If it was high quality, it would produce very small, tiny bubbles, which actually saturate in the water. It seems like this company is just cutting corners It seems to me they have their mind on the money and not on your health. And might this then also be why they are able to pay so much money in commissions to their affiliates? I sure as hell think so. It looks to me like these people buy cheap welding machines for up to $100 and just add cheap accessories, and then sell the cheap garage quality machine to you for $2,500, leaving the company with a fat and easy profit for themselves and their affiliates who keep attracting more hopeful and trusting customers. And while these unaware and trusting people are already suffering and looking for healing, they end up paying money to just have their health or whatever was left of it destroyed even more. And apparently in some cases even completely destroyed. And there's more. Next we have the explosive hazard. The AquaCure is explosive. The manual says so itself.
Well, it has the potential of having a relatively large boom if things were to go wrong. I'm a little bit scared of some of this design. Maybe I should have done a little more research, but
the manual says it freaking tells you that if you double the duty cycle percent, you'll be approaching the explosive limit. What? But wait a minute. Hydrogen machines do not need to be capable of producing so much power that they become explosive. Man, it sounds like this machine comes straight out of some crazy-ass ghetto. And seriously, did they get the idea of using live from the film Breaking Bad or what? Well, anyway, I'm not even dumb. I'm not in any doubt at all that many people have been injured by this machine. And I've come in contact with multiple AquaCure customers who say they want to do interviews about their injuries from this machine. At least people are not ashamed to speak up and bring this out to the public like me. And it didn't even take a day on the internet to find these AquaCure customers that have returned their machine because it gave them either headaches, hurting throat, or even lungs. And lucky for the company of this AquaCure machine, most of these people didn't even really confront them about the issues properly. Apparently most people just want to make sure they get their money back without any problems. And about affiliates and testimonials. I get the impression that most people who are promoting this AquaCure machine are actually affiliated with this company. In other words, they're just in it for the bucks because the company offers a lot of money to affiliates. And the owner of the company is not hiding how much money he is able to pay the willing affiliates. In an email he wrote to a guy I know, he was saying that he paid over $20,000 in commission money. And one morning, obviously to me, careless affiliates will promote a product purely for the money and nothing else. Probably some affiliates also do really believe that this AquaCure machine is all good for you all. But I get it that they have not done their damn research to know anything for real. They're just convinced by the advertising only. And this AquaCure is advertised real good. My friend bought the machine exactly because of that. Hell, some of these affiliates are even well-known people. And probably they make a lot of money on this AquaCure. A new friend of mine from this whole drama story sent me this list of a few affiliates that you can find online easy yourself. Their names are their names are as follows. CRO 777, Dr. Robert Kassler, Dr. Tom Callum, Pat Dolly, Sam Tripoli, and Katerina Babulas. He said all of these affiliates seem like nice people, and that they are probably promoting AquaCure without realizing how bad this machine is. The stupid shit is that so many people will buy an AquaCure just because a famous influencer has one. Do your own damn research. Have your own life in your own hands. Or maybe you end up like our friend. Gone. The only fool saying any good things about this AquaCure, in my opinion, can only be the affiliates and people who haven't done enough research about it. The research on a company's website has to be good, but even lab tests can be set up to get the results you want. So you better find people who have experienced whatever it is you want to know about, and not just be trusting a company's promotional talk about themselves. Anyway, I'm still not finished with this crazy machine story here just yet. There are other companies doing exactly what AquaCure is doing, converting cheap welding devices into hydrogen/Browns gas machines. That's how I see it now. Maybe they are all getting them from the guy who started this whole welding machine conversion idea. Again, that's straight up how I see it. One company in Europe is called H2 Booster. Doing the same type of thing, they are apparently just putting a nasal cannula directly into the machine without any filter for the line. That's what it looks like to me. It looks like there are no filters and that they use a super cheap water bottle for the bubbles. If you look at the machine on their website, h2booster.com, You can see it's designed almost exactly the same as the AquaCure. AquaCure has just advertised their machine better, and they made it look a little bit better. Another machine of this kind is the Osmio machine, which is assembled by Eagle Research of the AquaCure machine. So they are probably sharing the same cheap machine as it all looks to me. And I have just one more point left about this crazy shit. This AquaCure machine uses a specific calculation or method for determining the output of the hydrogen that a person supposedly should need. And they base it on the body weight, they say. But is that a real method? Or do they just tell you to turn down the output power so that you don't get hurt by light too fast? I definitely think it's the last option, but let me know what you think in the comments.
And we have a flame. I don't know if you can see that flame. We will open the flame up a little bit more. And believe it or not, there is a really tiny blue flame right there. Now, some people call these an acrylic polisher. In fact, if you look up flame acrylic polisher, you'll see these lists.